Honored to the extent a warm welcome to all of you the grand inauguration ceremony of the 2 days International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research. This prestigious conference is jointly organized by Madhepur Teachers Training College, Madhepur, Madhubani, Bihar, affiliated to Lalit Narayan Mitra University, Darbhanga, and Social Science and Management Welfare Association. At this 2 days international conference on multidisciplinary research on emerging trends and the challenges in education, business, humanities, and social science. I extend my heartfelt welcome and warm greeting to the Honorable Chairman of Saj Foundation Darbhanga, Professor Dr. Samir Mohammed sir, the respected President of the college, Mr. Satnarayan Agarwal sir, the esteemed Principal of the college, Dr. Saifullah Khan sir, the DLED HOD, Mr. Abdul Mannan sir, Mr. Tajgir Alam sir, all the respected dignitaries sits on the dais and the esteemed member of the conference organization committee. I would also like to acknowledge the president of the conference, Dr. Saifullah Khan sir, Principal Madhepur Teachers Training College, Madhepur, the convener of the conference, Dr. Sushil Kumar Rai, sir, Assistant Professor, Madhepur Teachers Training College, Madhepur, Madhubani, Bihar, and co-convener of the conference, Dr. Divyanshu Sekhar, Assistant Professor, Madhepur Teachers Training College, Madhepur. I request the speakers present among us. Now we will present a brief introduction of our esteemed guests who are connected with us through the online platform. Professor Dr. Afaq Hasmi, Head Department of Education, Lalit Narayan Mitra University, Darbhanga. Dr. Sasi Bhushan Roy, Dean, Faculty of Education, Lalit Narayan Mitra University, Darbhanga. Dr. Manoranjan Sharma, Chief Economist, Infrared Ratings, Nai Delhi. Professor Rania Lampu, Greece of Education and the Religious Affairs, Director of the Educational Technology and the Innovative Greece. Dr. Melissa Esposito, ITI Medicine, Georgia, Cremano, Italy. Dr. Gita Thakur, Professor and Human Resource Management and Marketing, University of Technology and Applied Science, Sinai Sultanate of Oman. Professor Prolan D. Mobo, College of Marine Engineering, Philippines, Merchant Marine Academy, Philippines. Professor Dr. Rajendra Kumar, Professor of Commerce, Rajdhani College, University of Delhi. Professor G. Mary Sunanda, HOD and Dean, IC, Faculty of Education, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Hyderabad, Telangana. Dr. Durgesh Babu Costa, Dr. Vivek Kumar Vaishnav, Assistant Professor and Head, IC, Department of Forestry, Manipal, Central University, Manipal, India. Dr. Vijit Sahu, Associate Professor, Department of MBA, Sri Ram Institute of Management, Jabalpur, MP. Dr. Anita Sen, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, SPS Government PG College, Pipalia, MP. Dr. Seema Dupe, Assistant Professor of Commerce and MBA Coordinator, Mahakal Institute of Technology, Ujjain, MP. I extend my sincere appreciation to the organizer of the program, Mr. Brijesh Kumar, Vicky, Director of Research and the Chief Executive Officer, Institute of Social Science and Management Studies, Social Science and Management Welfare Association, and SRF Research Foundation, SRF Publication. All the dignitaries, faculty members of the college, respected resource person, participant, research scholar, professors, and dear students who are connected with the through online, offline mode. We hope that this international conference will be established new dimension of the discussion, research and innovation in the field of education, business, humanities, and social science. Now, I request President of the conference, Dr. Saifullah Khan sir, Principal, Madhepur Teachers Training College, Madhepur, Madhubani, Bihar, to kindly come the dais and introduce the theme of the conference. Please come, sir. ताली की गड़गड़ाहटों के साथ सर का अभिनंदन करें.
Respected Sri Dr. Sanjay Kumar Ji, VC of Lalit Narayan Mithila University, Darbhanga, Srimati Divya Rani, Registrar, Lalit Narayan Mithila University, Darbhanga, Professor Dr. Shamim Ahmad, Chairman of Sad Foundation, Darbhanga, and former Dean Faculty of Education, Vinod Bhave University, Jharkhand, Sri Satyanarayan Agarwal Ji, President of the College and former member of Syndicate, Lalit Narayan Mitra University, Darbhanga, Professor Dr. Shashi Bhushan Roy, existing Dean Faculty of Education, LNMU Darbhanga, Department of Education, Professor Dr. Afaq Hasmi, HOD, Lalit Narayan Mitra University, Department of Education, Darbhanga, and Shri Brajesh Kumar Ji, Chairman, Social Science and Management Association, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. Estimate academician, researchers, honorable industry experts, member of the organizing committee, invited delegates from India and abroad, and my dear students. It is indeed a moment of great pride and pleasure for me to adhere this August gathering on the occasion of the two-day national conference on the theme Emerging Trends and Challenges in Education, Business, Humanities, and Social Science. On behalf of the management, faculty, and organizing committee, I extend a very warm and heartfelt welcome to all the distinguished delegates, scholars, and participants who have joined us from different parts of the country and the world. As we are aware, in the 21st century, we are living in an era of unprecedented changes, technological advantages, globalization, social, economic transformations, and environmental concerns are reshaping the way we learn, work, think, and interact. Knowledge today is dynamic, interdisciplinary, and closely linked to real world challenges. In the context, the theme of the conference is both relevant and timely, as in encourage us to critically examine emerging trends while addressing the complex challenges faced by the multiple disciplines. However, along with these advantages come significant challenges, issues such as unequal access to technology, the digital divide, maintaining academic quality, ensuring inclusivity, mental health concerns among learners, and preserving ethical value demand our urgent attention. As educators and administrators, our responsibility is to ensure that innovation in education remain inclusive, learner-centric, and aligned with social needs. This conference provides an ideal platform to discuss best practices, policy framework, and future strategies for strengthening education system worldwide. The world of the business is undergoing rapid and continuous transformation, global competition, digitalization, automation, data analysis, articular, artificial intelligence, and sustainable business practices are identifying organizational structure and maintaining a strategy. Startups in entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem are playing a crucial role in economic development. At the same time, business face challenges such as economic understanding, ethical dilemmas, workforce re-skilling, environmental sustainability, and corporate social responsibility. There is an increased need for leaders who possess not only tech- technical expertise but also ethical judgment, social sensibility, and global vision. Academic institutions and industries must collaborate to bridge the gap between theory and practice, ensuring that future professionals are prepared to face real world challenges with competence and integrity. In an age dominated by the science and technology, the importance of humanities and social science cannot be overstated. These disciplines help us understand business, behavior, culture, history, language, politics, policies, economics, and social structure. They encourage critical thinking, creativity, ethical responsibility, and empathy, qualities essential for harmonious and just society. Humanities and social science provide values, insights into issues such as social inequality, cultural diversity, gender justice, governments, human rights, migration, and environmental sustainability. They help us interpret the impact of technological and economic challenges on society and ensure that progress remains human-centered. This conference rightly emphasized the need to integrate humanities perspectives into education and business practices. One of the most significant emerging trends in academic today is interdisciplinarity. Complex global challenges such as climate change, public health crisis, economic inequity, and social conflict cannot be addressed through a single discipline. collaboration across education, business, humanities, and social science is essential for development, holistic, and sustainable solutions. This international conference serves as a platform for intellectual excellence, knowledge sharing, and cross-cultural dialogue. The presence of international scholars and diverse participants in the our discussion and broadens our perspective. I encourage all developments to activity, participate, engage in meaningful discussion, and explore opportunities for research, collaboration, and academic partnership. I take the opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the organizer, advisors, board members, revivers, sessional chair, and volunteers for their tireless effort in planning and organizing the conference. Organizing an international academic event require dedication, teamwork, and commitment. As well as I congratulate everyone involved for their outstanding contribution. As we embark on these 2 days of academic dialogue, let us this platform to reflect, rethink, and reimagine the future of education, business, humanities, and social science. Let our discussion lead to innovate idea, meaningful research outcomes, and actionable solutions that contribute to academic excellence and social development. I am confident that the conference will inspire new perspective, strengthen collaborations, and pave the way for future research and innovation. I wish all the delegates a productive, engaging, and intellectually enriching conference. With these words, I once again extend a warm welcome to all the persons who has given effort and associated to the conference. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. We have greatly benefited from your inside speech. Thank you very much, sir. Next, Professor Dr. Rania Lampu is the chairman of the first technical session, and Professor Vivek Kumar Vaishnav is the co-chairperson of the first technical session, and Professor G. Mary Sunanda will be the reporter of the first technical session. Dr. Durgesh Babu Costa will be the second reporter of the first technical session. So now we move the first technical session of the international conference. I am proud to share that many distinguished and experienced experts are present with us in this session. It is the indeed privileged for that the esteemed experts are here to share the insight and experience. I now kindly invite our first diagnostic resource person, Professor Dr. Melissa Esposito, teachers and international speaker, ITI Medi in San George a Cremano, Italy. So please share her valuable thought and the research with us. We eagerly look forward to your inspiration. Please, ma'am.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
I start with my speech. It's about technology. It's not innovation. Pedagogy is. It's a reflection from 30 years of teaching mathematics. It's a truly honor to be among educators, professionals, and thinkers from different parts of the world. I come to you as a mathematical teacher. I have been teaching for almost 30 years, and I would like to begin with a simple, honest statement. Despite all these years, I've never felt my profession was as challenging, as demanding, and at the same time as meaningful as it is today. Over the decades, I've taught in classrooms with the chalks and blackboards, overhead projectors, interactive whiteboards, learning platforms, and now artificial intelligence. I've seen technologies arrive with great enthusiasm, sometimes welcomed as revolutions, sometimes feared as threats. I've also seen many of them quietly fade away. But throughout all these transformations, one conviction has grown stronger in me. Technology is not the innovation. Pedagogy is. Today, I would like to reflect with you on this idea, starting from education, but extending naturally to business, humanities, and social sciences. Because how we teach is never neutral. It shapes how people think, decide, collaborate, and imagine the future. We live in an age of educational acceleration, in a time of extraordinary acceleration. New digital tools enter our classrooms and organizations almost daily. Learning management systems, adaptive platforms, virtual simulations, data analytics, AI-powered assistants. Education, much like business, is under constant pressure to be faster, more efficient, more scalable, more measurable. And very often the first question we ask is, which tool should we adopt next? Much more rarely do we ask, what kind of learning experience do we want to design? This difference may sound subtle, but it is decisive. Technology evolves at exponential speed. Human learning does not. Our minds still need time to struggle, to reflect, to make mistakes, to connect ideas, and sometimes to get lost before finding clarity. No algorithm can compress this process without impoverishing it. And what 30 years in the classroom have taught me? Teaching for 30 years gives you a long lens. I've talked to students who carefully copy the formulas without understanding their meaning. I've also talked to students who argued passionately over a problem, defending their reasoning, questioning each other, discovering that mathematics can be a shared intellectual adventure. I've talked before the internet, when information was scarce and precious. And I teach now, when information is abundant, instant, and often overwhelming. What has changed dramatically is access to information. What has not changed is the need for meaning. Students, regardless of generation or culture, still carry the same silent question. Why does this matter? How does this connect to the real world? What does this tell me about myself and my abilities? No digital platform can answer this question on its own. Only thoughtful pedagogy can. And we can see mathematics as a lens of innovation. Let me take mathematics as a case of study, because it is often considered the most technical and least human of disciplines. Today's software can solve equations faster than any student. AI can generate step-by-step solutions instantly. Calculators and symbolic engines are always available. So a reasonable question arises. Why teach mathematics at all? The answer is simple, but not obvious. Because mathematics is not about producing the answers. It is about forming minds. It develops logical reasoning, abstraction, precision of language, the ability to model reality, resilience in front of difficulty, intellectual honesty. These skills are foundational, not only in science and engineering, but also in business strategy, economics and finance, social research, ethical decision-making. If mathematics is taught as a set of procedures, technology replaces the teachers. If it is taught as a way of thinking, technology becomes a powerful ally. The illusion of innovation. One of the most persistent illusions in education is the idea that innovation equals novelty. A new app, a new platform, a new device. But novelty is not transformation. I've seen classrooms filled with the technology where learning was shallow. And I've seen classrooms with minimal tools where learning was deep, intense, and lasting. True innovation begins with questions such as, how do learners construct understanding? How do they learn to reason together? How do they develop judgment and responsibility? How do they transfer knowledge across context? Without these questions, technology risks becoming decoration. And pedagogy should be seen as design thinking. I like to think of a pedagogy as a form of design thinking. In architecture, materials matter, but design determines whether a space is livable, inclusive, and meaningful. Technology is the material. Pedagogy is the architecture. A poorly designed learning experience remains poor, even with the most advanced tools. A well-designed learning experience can flourish with very simple ones. This perspective changes our professional mindset. Instead of asking, what can this technology do? We begin to ask, what kind of thinking do I want to cultivate? And now I want to show you a short didactic case of study. Let me share a brief example from my own classroom. I was teaching a topic in mathematics that the students traditionally find difficult. In the past, I would explain the concept, solve examples on the board, assign exercises, and correct them later. With digital tools available, I choose a different pedagogical path. I asked students to work in small groups using an online collaborative environment. They were not asked to find the correct answer immediately. Instead, they had to propose a strategy, justify it, test it, and explain where it failed or succeeded. The digital tool allowed me to see their reasoning in real time, not just their results, but their thinking. What changed was not the content. What changed was the pedagogy. Students became more engaged. Mistakes became discussion points, not sources of anxiety. The technology did not simplify the mathematics. It made the thinking visible. This is what I mean when I say that pedagogy gives meaning to technology. And we should use digital tools with intention. In my teaching, I use digital tools extensively, but I use them with intention. I choose tools that support different learning paces, provide immediate and meaningful feedback, encourage collaboration rather than isolation, help students reflect on their own thinking. I avoid tools that merely accelerate mechanical tasks, adding cognitive value. Here, technology does not lead, pedagogy does. And we could do also a parallels with business and organizations. This pattern is strictly similar in the world of business. Organizations invest in digital transformation, but often overlook learning transformation. New systems are introduced, but old mental models remain. Data is abundant, but interpretation is weak. Processes are automated, but the responsibility becomes fragmented. Just as in education, tools alone do not create wisdom. What matters is how people are trained to think, how they question data, how they deal with it uncertainty, how they learn from failure. In this sense, pedagogy extends far beyond schools. And humanities and social sciences, reconnecting the dialogue. Another emerging challenge is the separation between technological expertise and humanistic reflection. Algorithms influence social behavior. Data models inform public policy. Automation reshapes labor. Yet, ethical reflection is often treated as an afterthought. Education as a crucial role. Here, pedagogy must foster dialogue. Can I continue?
Continue, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Pedagogy must foster dialogue between mathematics and ethics, technology and philosophy, efficiency and responsibility. Without this dialogue, innovation risks becoming blind. Artificial intelligence is a pedagogical turning point. It raises understandable fears. Will teachers become irrelevant? Will thinking be outsourced? Will creativity diminish? My experience suggests the opposite. AI reveals a fundamental distinction. What is purely procedural can be automated. What requires judgment, interpretation, and responsibility cannot. This forces pedagogy to evolve. The focus shifts from memorization to reasoning, from repetition to interpretation, from individual performance to collective intelligence. AI does not diminish the teacher's role. It makes it more essential. And I think about also the Indian perspective. Speaking to an Indian audience, this is a reflection of its particular resonance. India embodies a unique intersection of ancient intellectual traditions, strong respect for education, and cutting-edge technological innovation. This creates a powerful opportunity, but integration does not happen automatically. It requires intentional pedagogy. Without it, technology risks amplifying inequalities rather than reducing them. And equity is a central challenge. One of the most urgent challenges today is equity. Digital tools promise democratization, but these promises are fulfilled only when accompanied by teacher training, pedagogical clarity, ethical awareness. Otherwise, technology reflects existing social divides. Pedagogy determines whether education becomes inclusive or exclusive, and remaining the role of the teacher. In this evolving landscape, the teacher's role is changing, not from authority to irrelevance, but from transmitter information to designer of learning experiences, a guide in complexity, cultivator of curiosity, This is not a loss of authority. It is a deeper, more meaningful form of leadership. And it is a quiet but radical innovation. The most radical innovations are often invisible. They happen when students learn to ask better questions. Errors are treated as a data, not failures. Dialogue replaces monologue. Learning becomes a shared responsibility. No software update can deliver this. Only pedagogy can. And now my conclusion, my closing reflection. After 30 years in the classroom, I remain deeply optimistic. Not because technology will save education, but because thoughtful pedagogy can transform technology into something truly meaningful. If I could leave you with one final idea today, it would be this. Innovation does not begin with a new tool. It begins with a new question. A question about learning, about responsibility, about the kind of future we want to build together. And my speech is ending. I thank you all for listening to me. It has been a great honor for me to be a speaker for you today, and I'm always available for you. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We all have gained valuable insight from your inspiring speech. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. And second, that's insurance person, Professor Dr. Rania Lampu, Greek Ministry of Education and Religious Affairs, Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, Greece. Please join, sir. And
Okay, good morning from Greece, from Athens. I hope I'm audible.
very good.
Okay. First, I would like to congratulate all organizers for this very enriching today's international conference. I'm very honored and privileged to be invited to this event. And of course, I would like to extend the organizers of Madhepur Teacher Training College my hearty congratulations, and Social Science and Management Welfare Association. I want to thank you for the kind invitation. And in the same spirit of the previous speaker, of Ms. Melissa Esposito, I would like to speak today, before starting sharing my presentation. I want to focus on how generative AI has actually revolutionized business planning. Because we're at the forefront of a technological evolution that is transforming how businesses now are conceptualized, are planned, and executed. So we're going to see today how Gen AI combined with cutting-edge software can streamline the process of crafting a comprehensive and effective business plan. So I will start sharing my presentation.
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is it visible now?
Okay, which one, ma'am?
It's moving also. It's moving. I guess yes. Okay. Is it moving? It's moving.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So the digital economy actually is redefining how businesses create value, compete, and grow. Rapid advances in cloud computing, data analytics, in AI, automation, platform technologies are transforming now customer expectations and operational models across every industry. So in order to remain competitive, organizations must move beyond short-term digital upgrades and focus on becoming future-ready. This means capable of adapting continuously technological, economic, and social change. So this digital economy is characterized by digital marketplaces, online platforms, data, strategic assets, remote and hybrid work assets, global reach with reduced physical boundaries. And what does the future ready mean? It means that we can rapidly adapt now and integrate new technologies, respond effectively to market disruptions, try to achieve seamless digital customer experience, and of course, try to innovate. So this includes innovative products, innovative ideas, in order to remain competitive. And of course, develop and retain digitally skilled talent. So the first pillar of a future-ready business is that the first digital approach places technology at the center of business planning, and this includes how to align digital initiatives with long-term business goals, how to invest in scalable IT infrastructure, how to embed digital thinking into leadership decisions. Organizations must view digital transformation as a one-time, of course, not as one-time project, but as an ongoing strategic priority. The data decision making also, because data now is the currency, I could say, of digital economy. So future-ready organizations must collect and analyze real-time customer operational data. We can use analytics and AI to identify the trends and opportunities. We can base strategic decisions on insights rather than intuition. And today's customers expect faster, personalized, consistent experiences across all digital channels. So businesses must design intuitive websites and mobile expectations, can leverage AI for personalization and customer support, use feedback, of course, and behavioral data. So we talk about a more agile organizational culture because technology alone, of course, does not guarantee success. The future-ready business culture is something that emphasizes continuous learning, collaboration across departments, openness to experimentation, and calculated risk-taking. And employees must evolve, of course, alongside technology. So providing regular training, encouraging cross-functional skill development, supporting remote and hybrid work environments. So some strategies for building a future-ready business is first to conduct a digital maturity assessment to identify current gaps or current capabilities. Develop a clear digital roadmap aligned with business objectives. Invest in scalable technologies such as cloud platforms, automation tools. Try to enhance security, cybersecurity practices to protect systems and customer data. Create innovation labs or pilot programs to test the new ideas quickly. Partner with technology providers, startups to accelerate innovation, or measure progress using digital performance indicators such as system uptime, process efficiency, and customer engagement. Of course, there's all these challenges. Usually, the main challenges include the resistance to change among employees, the high risk health costs, the cybersecurity, of course, challenges, the lack of digital talent, and regulatory compliance challenges. So, obviously, the key benefits of using generative AI now, software tools for a business plan. Definitely, this has to do with efficiency and time saving, because GenAI can automatically draft sections of the business plan, such as executive summaries, market analysis, marketing strategies. Streamline data analysis. Software tools can quickly analyze large data sets to provide insights into market trends, customer behavior, and financial projections, significantly speeding up the research phase. It's about enhanced accuracy and consistency, because GenAI uses data to generate recommendations and content, reducing the likelihood, of course, of human error and bias. And this leads to more accurate market analysis. Consistency in reporting more advanced market research, because now we can identify trends, customer segments with potential opportunities, and this provides a deeper understanding of the market landscape. And we can analyze our competitor strengths, so weaknesses, market positioning, offering strategic insights into how to differentiate our business. What about creativity innovation? Definitely, GenAI can suggest innovative product ideas, marketing strategies, innovative models. By
Google Meet.
possible to mute, okay.
सुनिए
By analyzing current market trends and consumer preferences. And scenario simulation, because AI can actually simulate different market scenarios and business strategies, helping business explore various possibilities and make informed decisions. It's about improved financial planning and forecasting also, because we can generate detailed financial projections, including cash flow statements, profit and loss forecast, and break-even analysis with a high degree of accuracy. Predictive analytics, this is strength of AI, because Gen AI can actually use historical data to predict future sales, revenue, and expenses, providing a more reliable financial outlook. Is it possible to mute because there is a noise? I can't continue. Okay, thank you. So personalization and of course improve financial planning. It's about also tailored business plan, adaptive content, the resource optimization, because these tools can help define the optimal allocation of resources, such as budget, or personnel, or time, to various aspects of the business plan. The cost reduction, the risk mitigation is another issue, because AI can identify potential risks and provide strategies for mitigation, including market volatility, financial risks, and operational challenges. The contingency plan, because Gen AI can suggest contingency plans based on different scenarios, helping businesses prepare for unexpected changes. And of course, enhanced collaboration, because we have now amazing collaborative tools, AI tools, at our disposals, which offer collaborative features, allowing teams to work together in real time on the business plan. And this fosters a more integrated approach to planning. Continuous improvement, adaptations, and real-time feedback and iteration. Gen AI can learn from new data and feedback, allowing it to adapt the business plan as market conditions and business objectives evolve. Mon has presentations that have amazing tools for data visualization, and finally, more scalable solutions, because we can handle varying scales of data now and business complexity, making them suitable for startups as well as large enterprises, so they can adapt to the growing needs of the business as it expands. So the primary components of a business plan enhanced by Gen AI is that, of course, we can use it for our summary, how we can include their business description and value proposition, how we can use it for market analysis, as I mentioned before, the competitor analysis, the customer segmentation, the market and sales strategy, the products and services plan, because you can use AI to predict the future product trends and suggest new features or improvements based on market data. The service differentiation, because AI can help identify unique selling points for services, ensuring differentiation in the market. The pricing strategy is also very important, because you can use it, AI to analyze pricing models and suggest optimal pricing strategies based on competitive pricing and consumer willingness to pay. In terms of operational plan here, we can see that Gen AI can optimize operational workflows by identifying bottlenecks and suggesting process improvements. It can assist in defining the optimal allocation of resources, including human capital, technology, equipment, to ensure efficient operations. The supply chain optimization, because AI can analyze and optimize supply chain logistics, inventory management, and demand forecasting. The risk mitigation, implementation, of course, plan and timeline, the project management, and of course, the continuous monitoring iteration, because now we can set up key performance indicators, what we call KPIs, and monitor them in real time, providing insights into how well business is performing against the plan, and feedback and adaptation. So the impact of AI in the whole strategic decision-making process has to do with more data-driven insights, with more speed and efficiency, the scenario planning, risk mitigation, more enhanced accuracy, reduced bias. We talk about consistent, reliable outputs, the more efficient resource allocation, improved customer understanding, exploring new markets, so innovation, creativity, real-time adaptability, so dynamic strategy adjustment, and competitive, of course, advantage, enhanced collaboration, long-term strategic plans. So this means future proofing, investment, and growth strategies. Because AI assists now in long-term strategic planning by analyzing trends, forecasting future marketing conditions, and this helps, of course, businesses develop strategies that are sustainable and adaptable to future changes. And the ethical, let's not forget about the ethical considerations, compliance with regulatory frameworks, etc. Now, some tips how we can choose it, we can integrate AI tools. What are the steps? First, we need to define what specific aspects of business planning we need to address. It could be forecasting or budgeting or resource allocation. We choose tools that align with these needs and can help achieve our strategic objectives. Then we need to ensure that the AI tools can integrate seamlessly with our existing systems and software. So look for compatibility with our IT infrastructure and data sources. We can assess how the tool manages and processes data, including data privacy and security measures, to ensure that this complies with relevant regulations. GDPR, for example, the law of data privacy in Europe. Consider the case of user and learning curve for the tool. It should be accessible to users with varying levels of technical expertise. Evaluate how customizable the tool is in order to fit your specific business processes and requirements. If there is any flexibility in adapting to changing needs or scaling with your business growth. This is also critical. And of course, the AI capabilities assess these capabilities of the tool, analyze the total cost of ownership, including initial investments, subscription fees, any additional costs, research the vendor's reputation, track record, consider if the tool can scale with your business as it grows. Look for tools that support the collaboration, ensure that the tool offers robust analytics and reporting capabilities, and of course, check if the vendor provides training resources. This is some strategies and how can business ensure that the data used for AI is accurate and reliable. Remember that the famous quote of AI expert is garbage in, garbage out. If the input and the data, the quality of the data is poor, then the output will be also poor. So first we start with data quality management, which includes data validation, implement validation checks, regularly clean the data cleansing, and data enrichment, enhance data quality by supplementing it with additional sources of reliable and relevant information. The data governance, which includes establishing policies and enforcing data governance policies that define data ownership, the quality standards, data handling procedures, the data stewardship, assign roles or teams responsible for maintaining data quality. The source verification, search for reliable sources, cross-verification, the data integrity, which includes consistency and security, the data documentation, so metadata, maintain detailed metadata to provide context about the data's origin, structure, and any transformation applied. Regular audits and reviews, data collection practices to standardize methods, training, and of course, the AI model validation, which includes the model testing, test AI models using the diverse and representative dataset to ensure that they perform accurately across different scenarios, the performance metrics, to monitor performance metrics and user and incorporate feedback from users and stakeholders. So here are potential challenges of integrated Gen AI into business plan. Of course, these have to do with ethical considerations like the transparency and interpretability, the data security issues, the data quality, and should be focused customization and adaptation. Some tools, software for market research analysis tools, Semera, Statista, Google Analytics, for financial planning software, QuickBooks, Xero, project management tools. We have Trello, Asana for AI-driven content creation, Jasper AI, Copper AI, for data visualization, very popular tools, Tableau and Power BI, and give you a whole list at the end. So implementation steps, select the right tools, the data collection after and the preparation, gather and prepare the necessary data for AI analytics, work with the stakeholders to refine the components, and finally incorporate AI insights into the final business plans. And before concluding, to give some case studies, best practices, Netflix uses AI algorithms, machine learning, to analyze user viewing habits, preferences, and behaviors. So Netflix recommendation system is now credited with driving a significant portion of user activity on the platform, leading to increased viewer engagement and customer loyalty. Because by leveraging data, the company generates personalized recommendations for each user. The case of Amazon. Amazon employs AI-driven dynamic pricing algorithms to adjust product prices in real time based on various factors like demand, competition, and market trends. The case of Uber. Uber utilizes AI and machine learning to predict demand in different locations and times. And based on these predictions, Uber implements dynamic search pricing to balance supply and demand. Another very amazing case study is the Stitch Fix, which uses a combination of AI algorithm and human stylists to provide personalized fashion recommendations. So this analyzes customer data, the AI, including style preferences, the body measurements, the feedback on past purchases, and to generate personalized clothing suggestions. And these suggestions are then refined by human stylists to create a tailored shopping experience. So you can understand that Stitch Fix has differentiated itself in the competitive online retail market thanks to generative AI. The Salesforce is another example. Coca-Cola Company used AI in marketing campaigns. The case of Zillow in the real estate domain. This uses AI to analyze vast amounts of real estate data, including property listing, historical sales data, market trends. The Alibaba uses AI for various aspects of its e-commerce business, and Procter & Gamble, etc. And finally, Sephora, which is the beauty cosmetics, which has used AI-powered tools like Color IQ to provide personalized beauty recommendations to customers. And these tools analyze customer preferences, the skin tones, and facial features to suggest suitable products. All this innovative use of Gen AI has helped Sephora differentiate itself. So finally, before concluding, what are the key lessons learned for all in these case studies is that we need to start with clear objectives and use cases, identify key areas within your business plan where AI can add the most value, invest in high-quality data, prioritize data quality management practices, focus on customer-centric solutions, use AI to better understand and anticipate consumer needs, preferences, and behaviors, start small and scale gradually. Companies like Uber and Sephora started with specific AI applications, such as dynamic pricing or personalized product recommendations, and expanded as they gain more experience and show results. We begin with pilot projects or small-scale implementations to test the AI's effectiveness in your business. Combine AI with human expertise. I mentioned the case also Stitch Fix, which use AI, but also the human stylists, which add a more personalized touch to the final product selection. Embrace continuous learning, adaptation, of course, and prioritize ethical AI practices. Ethics is very important because responsible, wise, use of AI is essential for maintaining trust and compliance. So thank you very much. Of course, I want to mention that we need to leverage also AI for predictive and prescriptive analytics, because AI can provide valuable predictive insights, helping companies anticipate the trends, the consumer behavior, enhance collaboration, stay agile, invest in talent, ensure scalability, integrate feedback loops, and focus on creating competitive advantage. So I will stop here because I have to stick to the time. Thank you very much. And if you have a question, I'm here to discuss.
Thank you very much, ma'am. At present, Professor Rania Lampu is delivering her insightful speech. Greek Ministry of Education and Religious Affairs, Directorate of Education, Technology, Innovation, Greek. We have benefited from your speech, ma'am. Fantastic. Thank you. Next, demonstrated resource person, Professor Dr. G. Mary Sunanda, HOD and Dean, IC Faculty of Education, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad, Telangana. Most welcome, ma'am.
प्लीज अनम्यूट मैम, प्लीज अनम्यूट, आपका माइक बंद है.
Okay, Adab,
Yes.
good afternoon and namaste to you all. Respected
Good afternoon.
Esponito. Then we have Rania Lampu ma'am, Professor Saifullah Khan, Sushil Kumar Lal, Dr. Bimlesh Kumar Singh, Dr. Divyanshu Shekhar. They are all from Teacher Education Training College, Madhepur. Then Darbhanga. Then you have what you call Brijesh Kumar ji. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk on this topic, that is, what is the need or the hour in teacher education? Use of Indian knowledge system or artificial intelligence. The road not taken, and say no to generalizations. The teacher is the bridge between the IKS and artificial intelligence. Okay, so I am presenting my distinct views on today International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research in Emerging Trends and Challenges in Education, Business, Humanities and Social Sciences. Okay, I am Professor G. Mary Sinanda, HOD at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Department of Education with English Methodology. I have seen Melissa ma'am talking on behalf of mathematics, and one takeaway is that invent pedagogy. Okay, invent pedagogy, that is the thing. I liked it. Thank you, ma'am. Now let us move on to meaning of IKS. That has three concepts, like Indian knowledge and system, Hindustani knowledge systems, ancient knowledge systems, the knowledge that was there with the people and with the institutions and with the places, resources in the very past, very long back ago, okay, when Indus Valley civilization existed, okay, when Harappan civilization was still continuing. So that thing we are now learning, the meaning of Indian knowledge system. So what it says? It is nothing. It is nothing but understanding the different aspects of IKS in health, healing, holistic development by discovering the matter in ancient texts like Upanishads, Vedas, Puranas, Divyangs, etc. And ancient people. Who come to your mind? Ancient people and places to realize the self and become self-conscious. What are the two ultimate objectives of Indian knowledge system? They are the self-realization and self-conscious. Okay. Then what are the places? I mentioned about three things, places, people, and texts. The texts are Upanishads, then Vedas, and then Samhitas, Puranas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads. Okay, in all these things, there was the mention about Indian knowledge system. Okay, Bharatiya knowledge system, ancient knowledge system. What are the places? Places are very well known. Okay, like you have Taxila. It was in the past, Pakistan, Vallabhi. Now it is Gujarat, Nalanda, Vikramashila, Odantapuri, Samarapuri University, okay, Nagarjuna Konda, Pushpagiri, Ujjain, Kanchipuram, so many places. Okay, so many places the Indian knowledge system existed. Okay, so that is the thing. Then people who come to our mind when we are talking about people, so many researchers. In one word, I am saying it is not the one word story, like these people I am mentioning, they spent so much of time tirelessly in the mountains, under the trees, by reading the scriptures, hymns, samhitas, brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, to take the summary of Indian knowledge system. Aryabhatta, okay, Vedic maths, Silam Sutra, Brahmagupta, Panini, Charaka, okay, then you have Chanakya, then Vikrama, Varahamirhira, Nagarjuna, Shankaradev, Maitreyi, Gargi, Bhaskaracharya, Chakrapani Datta, all these people's like we are studying all these people's contribution in the form of Indian knowledge system. If you go to, if you want any remedy, a quick remedy for headache or running nose or a sore throat, you go to kitchen, they say in internet, if you go, you have something in your kitchen, like what you call, you have dhania, you have what you call black pepper, and you have turmeric, and you have two other things, different kinds of oils. Okay, so such knowledge was preserved in Ayurveda. Okay, so all these things only to make what? To realize the self-conscious and self-realization. Okay, so that is the meaning. Then let us push to definition. Definition is nothing but Indian knowledge system is an integrated body of scientific, philosophical, cultural, practical wisdom, knowledge developed in India, Bharat, through long-term observation and experience, perception. Perception means what? I said it is tireless. Tireless practice makes men perfect. Like that, they evolved the Indian knowledge system. That's how we came to know about the Indian knowledge system, how great it is to know that sometime ancient back days, and now AI we are using, the algorithms, the rules and regulations to make AI were there with our ancient system. It is very important to know. It gives us a satisfaction, a different kind of satisfaction, that how our ancestors, how our people lived in, like in those Akhand Bharat, have contributed a lot. This is our position. We have nothing to look at outside, etc., etc. How IKS is in focus. Indian knowledge system, how maybe 2020 new education policy, they were trying, we are having some of the problems like climate change, climate change and other things, like how to solve the education problems of children. Okay, how IKS can be integrated into different streams. Like, how can we do that? Those things, those things, how can we solve? People started looking into Bharatiya knowledge system. Okay, that's how. It is very good to know that India excelled in education. How so many people from outside, they came and they studied in India. Okay, so the places that I mentioned, no, so in that places, they all came and they studied in India. Then you have so many Huyan Singh, so many people coming to us. There was a mention of Emerson and other people who were really die hard to read the matter, to read the summary, what is there in Indian knowledge system. Okay, so India excelled in education, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, philosophers, linguistics, etc. We were not credited to that. Okay, there was a need to reintegrate IKS into our education system and solve some of the problems. The Ministry of Education has done something, division, ek vibhag was there, Indian Knowledge System Vibhag division was there in AICTE premises. Okay, so that's how Indian knowledge system came into existence, and it is now the buzzword, the Indian knowledge system. How to talk about Indian knowledge system? Respect yoga. Okay, to a person, how can you say orally, respect yoga, and then respect yoga, and also say that what, after eating food, if you do this particular type of posture, then you are likely to have good health. Okay, now let us see the scope of Indian knowledge system. In Indian knowledge system, what do we have? we have so many things, like Indian knowledge system, from pepper powder to turmeric to what you call other things, dhania seeds too. There are things like art and culture, science and mathematics, health and well-being, engineering and architecture, environment, governance and ethics. Especially it deals with Gyan, Vignan and Darshan. Gyan means knowledge, Vignan means science, Darshan means vision. One should have vision. Then what is happening in Gurukulas and Ashrama schools? How a teacher, if you look at that Ashrama school text, beside to it, there will be a picture. A guru is sitting under the tree and some of the students are sitting around him. Okay. What is happening there? What methodology is followed? It is nothing but all about things. Apart from these interdisciplinary subjects, there are certain things like places I mentioned, universities. Some of the universities earlier, they were the schools, then converted into universities. Okay. Then governance. Governance means what? Irrigation. Governance means irrigation. It is about the good governance, irrigation, roads, construction, and having good type of things in Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. If you read, the people had very broad constructed washrooms and all those things. That is about that. Then nature of IKS. In nature of IKS, I say it is dynamic. Indian knowledge system, Bharatiya knowledge system, ancient knowledge system it is dynamic. How it is dynamic? The texts are preserved, like they are tested, validated, okay, then refined and passed on to other generations. It is holistic, both internal and external, mind and body, training mind and body. Then interdisciplinary means it has medicine, it has metallurgy, it has science, it has maths, yoga, and so many things. Transcendental means what? It is a spiritual realm, okay? Experience of these spiritual things. Scientific means the sciences are of scientific nature, mathematics, okay? All these things Bharatiya knowledge system has. Then who all contributed to Indian knowledge system? Like in my thing, we have so many things like AI. Is AI good? Then in my abstract, I have included what you call the destiny of India is now being shaped in her classroom. The destiny of India. They are not saying policy. Okay. 1966 Kothari Education Commission stands as a foundational this thing for Indian education system. The destiny of India is now being shaped in the classroom. Means what? Who is there in the classroom other than the students? The teacher is there. Okay. So how teacher can allow the student to look at either AI using or the what you call Indian knowledge system, Bharatiya knowledge system. Then who contributed to Indian knowledge system? Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta, zero. Like when you are looking at algorithms, like C language is there, Python is there. And then after pandemic, we switched to Zoom meetings, Google Meets. Okay. So even now we have ChatGPT, Gemini, and what you call Siri. How personalized learning is taking place. How personalized medicine, personalized medicine is possible with AI. AI in healthcare is doing so much of success. They had algorithms and all the rules were in the contributions of India, like Aryabhatta, zero positional notation. Okay, Brahmagupta, operations with zero negative numbers, Vedic maths, arithmetic techniques. Even now in some of the banks, like simple compound interest. Some of the softwares are developed on simple compound interest. Okay, then ML, machine learning algorithms for faster calculations, computational geometry. Panini was a grammarian and Susruta was a descendant of Vedic age, Susruta saw the Vishwamitra, Dhanvantri, then how these people, they natural knowledge, natural ability, how they are able to, how they were able to do the obstetrician and then urinary stones, then how Susruta became the father of anesthesia. Okay, so like this, apart from plastic surgery, he used 101 knives, like to do the plastic surgery, holistic, in one of the definition of Redden, like he says, mature person upon immature person. Teaching should be done by a mature person to an immature person, okay, for self-realization and for self-consciousness. Then Charaka, you are father of Ayurveda, Chanakya, well-versed in Vedas and politics. Varaha, Mihira, Nagarjuna, Shankardev, Maitreyi, Gargi, Bhaskaracharya, Chakrapani Datta, all these people contributed a lot. Okay, all these people, they contributed a lot. Then when you come to the place is a ancient education system. In ancient education system, how it is happening, decide after getting 4 years, say 4 years is the best thing. Like Muslims, what they do some ceremony at 4 years, 4 months and 4 days. After that, say the children are sent to the ashrama school. What is happening there? The teacher is a learned person, experienced person talking to an immature person. There, the training of the body and mind is done. Okay. They learned commerce, horse riding for different caste people. The curriculum was different. Okay. Then you had arithmetic also, marital skills, recreation games, activities, etc. Pupils and students worked relentlessly, like sweaty is going on. Are you able to write in sand? Now, when the child is not able to write in sand, how the guru is helping. So how they are working together, the guru and the people are working together to become proficient in all the aspects of learning. Vedic scholars like Maitreyi, Vishwambara, Apala, Gargi, Lopamudra, they all somewhere or the other, they came to the school, ashrama school. Education was imparted informally and formally. At home also education was imparted. At temples, education was imparted. Okay, at schools under the tree, education was imparted. Okay, then learning. Today, if you look at, just now I mentioned about the ancient education system. Look at the modern education system. Okay, the class is there, big ground is there, the teacher is going on. What are the 3 things that are happening in modern education system? Syllabus, marks, examinations. Okay, certificates. So in the ancient time, what was the certificate given? Self-consciousness. How this pupil is standing in front of the guru, okay, with the folding hands. Okay, so now the 3 things are there. So now let us see the resources of IKS. IKS had so many texts: folklore, Upanishads, hymns, Rigveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda, and Yajurveda. In all these things, they had informal teachings, questions and answers. Okay, they had informal teachings, and it was very difficult for a particular sage to decipher all of them. Okay, just now I said it in modern education system, what is happening? The marks, the syllabus, examination and certificate. Learning. What is learning? Learning. You tell me what is learning. See, learning is nothing but it is storing information. The teacher is telling campus interviews means what? When the campus people students are there, people will come and interview the students, how he is sitting. Okay, then give a meaning to the concept. I learned in that classroom, now I don't have. Then how to retrieve the information on this spot. So learning means what? Storing information and acquiring facts, skills, competencies, abilities, okay, and then reproducing them whenever it is necessary. Okay, so like that, the evolution of technology. Okay, AI, I said, now the students are not interested in reading text. Like teacher, what she is teaching, they got bored. Just now, I told you that in all of my lectures, I was telling pedagogy. How do you pronounce pedagogy? And then plagiarism report. How do you pronounce plagiarism? Somebody is saying something, a student who is listening for the first time gets so much of confusion. Then now with the help of smartphone, he can go with the help of Wi-Fi, he can go to the what you call internet and then get it corrected. To learn that and to produce it as and when it is required. That was the thing, like happening with the AI. But not beyond the teacher. Okay. Now in technology, what do you see? You have a desktop, you have a printer, you have pen drive, you have software, Zoom, Gmeet, and then you have keyboard, you have laptop, etc. So these are the integrated things, like desktop with the keyboard is there in laptop. Okay. So roots in IKS. Nowadays, people are saying that it is very good to understand. ChatGPT, how can we understand? Yeah, it was developed by my great grandfathers, the people who were born in India. They contributed. These algorithms were taken from them. Like if you look at some of these, what you call Nalanda and Takshila, then what it was written, foreign invaders came and destroyed such places. And even Nalanda, after such invasion, the texts and everything, 90% was destroyed. But so our technology is now what we are using, whether to use or not, is hand some of the uh, good things from Indian knowledge system. Computer programming, C language, Python, modern algorithms. You have Vedic maths, geometry, algorithms, Panini grammar for personalized learning. And Gemini is taking class, what you call notes here now. Siri is there. Okay, people are using it only to ease their life, but not Meta AI, not to learn some of the Indian knowledge systems. Modern programming languages, morphical languages, analysis, AI in healthcare, Ayurveda, data sets, personalized predictive diagnosis, robotics, etc. Okay, so in ancient uh, system, what was taught, what exactly people sages learned? Argument. Argument is fight? No. Argument is not fight. Argument is going to develop a kind of understanding if it is argued properly. Okay. So in texts like Upanishads, Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aryanakas, and and Vedas, what was there? There were something like inferences, how to develop inference. How to develop inference. I came across a beautiful text. I read. I want to share this with the inference. Okay, so what is inference? What is logic? How to teach logic? What is inference? Okay, what are assumptions? Okay, reasoning. What is reasoning? What is a methodology followed to reason? Okay, what are the assumptions? Look at the sky. You will see the black cloud. You may assume that it may rain, but it is not truth. Indian philosophy, what is truth? Brahmanas, dualism, like the matter is not with God, or God is there in matter, or who is there in my soul? Okay, what is this physical matter? So that is the truth. Okay, so inference may lead to truth. Okay, then logic is also done only to teach the truth. Okay, reasoning, these are the things taught in schools. These are the things that were taught by texts. Okay, got it. Then inference, since inference is there, what is inference? Using existing evidence, knowledge and reasoning to draw a logical conclusion, to make an educated guess about something not explicitly stated. In today's newspaper, I read Honorable Governor of Telangana saying, agriculture is not a practice, it is a science. Agriculture is not a practice, it is a science. Then such things lead to inferences, reasoning, etc. How this came into existence? By tireless understanding, reading of books, and then looking at the farmers. Look at the farmers. Do you think they are just illiterate? They are the science. They are the science students or masters. I don't know. Okay, so conclusion, I would like to say in my title, two things are there. The road not taken means confusion. How to use balancedly, understanding that this is only our contribution. Okay, the comprehensive education system help students to practice moral, spiritual, and intellectual values, and should allow students to reflect upon Indian knowledge system and continue to spread and propagate the knowledge of yoga, Ayurveda, philosophical inquiry, and participate in the debates and discussions. In 2-year BEd course, do you think the teacher is going to be refined, shining, refined? What is happening in 4-year BEd course? This is a big road, confusing road. A teacher should be a continuous learner. Teacher education is an international, international. You should talk very good in English. And it is possible for you to talk in English. Okay? So, it is possible. It is possible to learn English language. Okay? Then, be a part in critical thinking. How he should be a practitioner of critical thinking. A teacher should be a practitioner of critical thinking. In Telangana, women are allowed to travel without buying a ticket. What they are doing with that money? Are they saving? It is a simple question of critical thinking. Okay. It is a simple question of critical thinking. So, should practice. The teachers, the trained teachers should practice under the guidance of the guru, under the guidance of the text, under the guidance of the discipline, should learn so many things and, without drawing any generalizations. It happened in Ujjain. There is no thing that it should happen in here also in Hyderabad, no generalization. Every child is unique, every teacher education is unique. So please respect that uniqueness, and teachers with a lot of effort and what you call transformation in the classroom can do miracles in teacher education, in solving some of the problems of the teacher education and other education systems following IKS. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to say a few words. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Again, respected ma'am, we are truly grateful to you for sharing such insightful and valuable knowledge about Indian knowledge system with us. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks again. Next, distinguished resource person, Professor Dr. Vivek Kumar Vaishnav, Assistant Professor and Head, IC Department of Forestry, Manipal, Central University, Manipal. Sir, most welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Vivek Vaishnav from Manipur University, not Manipal University. Manipur is one of the state of India. I am very grateful to the organizer and all the invited speakers, the guests and the participant. A very good afternoon. While the the entire world is threatened by the dominancy of the trade policy of the one country. Now, I find that the social or shared ecological civilization of Northeast India that has been practiced for last 2000, 3000 years as a emerging trend, as a solution that can avoid any such kind of vulnerability in the future. Northeast India comprises of 8 states. It started from the Himalayan states like Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, and Manipur. Peculiar thing is that these all states cover or share boundaries with the with our neighbor countries, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh. So apart from that, it covers 25% of the forest resource of the country, the unique biodiversity, more than 200 sub-tribes, ethnic tribes, and most important that this region, though it's full of the natural resources and the biodiversity, and receives maximum precipitation, water, and still we have been facing seasonal drought issue here. Forest fire are major issues, and apart from that, this community conflict is also a kind of major issue that has been known in the other part of the country. Also, infiltration, illegal immigration is also a kind of pressure that is there to on the demography of this region. So, as I say that this shared ecological civilization, that term I use, that's something which could be a very good example that can be adopted in the other part of the world as a solution for the major challenges and threat that we face from now, like major foreign policies issues. With giving a special reference from Manipur, Manipur is a state which is having a history of 3,000 years, and majority of the population represent 4 major identities like Meitei, Kuki, Naga tribe, and also Muslims are there, Christians are there, Hindus are there. Majority of the populations, 40% Hindus and Christians are there. The most important thing among these all the tribe is there that they are still maintaining their traditional knowledge system. Traditional knowledge system of the practicing first the agriculture. Most of the crops variety which are being planted here is rice, and rice is also having that very unique type. It's sticky in the nature, and also some taste, good taste rice like black rice is there that got geotagging. This region is also known for its handloom industries. So most of the women, they have been making handlooms from various forest or plant organs. Now the lotus silk of Manipur is very famous, and also the way how food processing is being done here. Most of the people, they are dependent on fish and other meat items that come from the chicken and also the pork, but the way how they preserve it through the fermentation, and that's a very peculiar, and it's also a part of their traditional knowledge system. Apart from that, most of the regions are dominated by the tribes in the number of the people living here based on that, and their culinary system to prepare these all the foods are also very unique. They have their own unique system to prepare or ferment their wine also. So what are the major challenges that this region has been facing? First is of course the climate change. This in India, if you see the northern part, Ganga River basin is the most fertile, and people sometimes say that it's rare to get that kind of fertile region in any part of the world. Similarly, in the northeast, the Brahmaputra River is there, which originated from Himalayan region, belong to China, but most of its water comes in this region. So though it covers the major basin of all the state, still because of climate change and deforestation, it continues change its path, and that's why it cause flood in major part of the region. In Manipur, also because the structure of the state is like a west and east part is completely abandoned by the hills, and the center part is having valley that covers only 10% of the region. It receives maximum precipitation during rain season and causing flood almost every year. So people have adopted some kind of vegetation structure in the pond that is called Fumdi, and one Loktak lake is very famous, and people practice formation of that Fumdis that is there actually to control the flood. So that's also a part of their traditional knowledge system. Secondly, as a major area in the as per the administration covered by the forest. So if people are aware of it or not, that in India forest is actually governed by the government. It's a public forest. There is no private forest. So once any area is declared as a forest, that is completely managed by the government, not by the publics. In that way also, that more than 77% of this geographical region of this region governed to belong to the government, and people usually are not allowed to access it. So the people, that's why they follow their own customary law, especially those who are in the hill, and they are allowed to do some practices. Sometimes they are allowed, and that is going to be very challenging, because when the tribals want to grow the agricultural crop, first what they do, they clean the entire forest, and after that they are doing the cropping. So this is also one of the very big threat in biodiversity. So what kind of solution they are doing, that they rotate their land for jhum practices. It means once they are growing forest in a certain region, after few years they start cropping, burning it, and they start cropping, then again they change the place. So of course it can be a kind of threat on the biodiversity, but it's also an opportunity that people should give more emphasis on the conservation of the gene pool available here. When we see that there are some common vegetables that when we see in other part of India, like potatoes, tomatoes, cabbages, in this region, for every this kind of common vegetables, we always have 7 or 8 type of wild varieties. So and these wild varieties are having very good potential to have some biomolecule that can treat some kind of disease and disorders which are very not easily curable. So this also gives one a scope that we can consider our effort for the conservation of the genetic resources. And major challenge that we customary laws by the tribe faces is the policy of the government of country, because in 2000 usually tribes are those which are scheduled in the constitution as the community which where we could not be part of the mainstream development, because they usually or generally dwell inside the forest. So when the people have been dwelling inside the forest, it's a usual that they do not have the documents of their identity, their settlement there. So in 2006, the government of India came with the Forest Dwellers Act, that is also called Scheduled Tribe Act. And people usually take it as a layman, in a layman language, as document giving or patta giving act to the tribals. But unfortunately, in entire Northeast India, only 22% of the forest dwellers, majorly from Assam and Tripura, could be given the patta or the ownership of their land. That act is strengthening the ownership, that giving every family, tribe family, those who have been living since last 75 years in the forest, as on the date of December 2005, the 2 hectare area for the family and 5 hectare area for the grazing land but the main issue with the policy is that the gap among the between the government and the community to raise the awareness. That's why, except Assam and Tripura and the rest of the states, still government is struggling to have a proper land use mapping and land ownership distribution to the tribes, and that's also a major issue when government thinks to have investment plans. So now another policy of the government in India that is having a big issue is an amendment in the Forest Conservation Act of 1980 that allows that 100 kilometers from the international boundary can be utilized for the infrastructure development related to road, railways, and the army's settlement. So if you see that when these is small states, three states, so they range from the boundary 100 kilometers cover entire state. So if this proper planning will not be there, then the major forest area comes under the subject of the conversion due to this policy that is also very criticized and resisted by the public and communities of Northeast India. So as I said that now what could be the solution that can make the entire community resilient toward these challenges related to biodiversity, also climate change, also, and the policy. The first thing is that the majority of the youth of the Northeast India are highly skilled, and they in linguistic also they are very strong. Everybody are able to speak 3-4 languages. They know their official languages of the country. They also know the major tribe language and also their own tribe language. Apart from that, in the era and time of digitization, AI, and networking, we have the major coverage in almost every part of this region, specifically in last 10 years, 15 years, whatever development we could achieve, that government was very much success to reach the youth and involve them with the ongoing development, not only in the country, another part of India. The way how road connectivities also enhances, that also link all the villages, even close to the boundary, with the country that has happened never before. Apart from that, the government of India comes with policies to distribute proper water distribution system to every villages in the hills. So this is how the communities are being strengthened with the livelihood capacity building. Major markets here, if you see, that run by women, and those are not gender biased. Majority, in fact, in Manipur, the markets are majorly run by women. That is called the Ima market, means the mother's market, and it is the only market or bazaar area in the entire world which has been running for last 2000 years. So and that is also one of the major resilient factor, that there is no issue like a gender biasness here, and women are highly empowered. The National Statistics Institute say that 99% of the Nagaland women are digitally educated, and that is something that make them more aware about their rights also and duty also. Now another thing that is a major factor for the resilience of the community here is the civic sense and the honesty. If we will roam, especially in the national highways around any part of the state, especially in Meghalaya and Nagaland, we will find that shops are there without shopkeeper, and on every stuff prices are there with the QR code to pay. So it means that there is no shopkeeper, anyone can just go and purchase the thing and pay. So this Clean India mission played a very important role. When we go any part of India, especially in the northern, we find a lot of stuffs are there that waste management is lacking there. But here people take care of their own waste, and usually most of the people use the organic thing. And Sikkim is one of our only state of the country which is known as an organic state. They use completely no fertilizer because the major population is dependent on meat foods, and if they are using pesticide in the farm, then that will and indirectly be harmful for the chickens, and other cattle that are actually consumed. So this is through the traditional practices only that of their food habit, they are maintaining the organic without having any extra effort. So this could be a very good example. Last thing, that the point that I want to mention, that majority of the tribe community are not educated in terms of the degrees, but they are much more able to grow their own food, to make their own clothes, and also maintain their own houses. And the way how community practice to live, that every lakai is having their own pond for the conservation of the water, and also they have their own playground. It means that every community is having, every village is having a playground. Without support of the government, these all things are done, and that makes the Manipur is one of the state that gives maximum number of the athletes, and they participate in the Olympics also. So the resilience of the community, in a sum, I'm summing up that it is there because of their effort to practice their agriculture with very wild and unique varieties of the crops, their effort to conserve the biodiversity through many practice of sacred groves. Means the tribe usually fix that the certain species they are never going to consume or never going to cut. So this is just because of the practice they can conserve it. In Arunachal Pradesh, there is one valley Zero where Apatani tribe is there. In Zero Valley, Apatani tribe celebrate one festival in which a certain tree species is must to maintain, and they do not cut it. And that's a part of United Nations World Heritage also now. So this is one example only, but the entire Northeast is full of those practices that can be considered as the heritage sites and heritage practices that can be further conserved, and government may give emphasis for the cultivation or propagation of their practices. And last, that as I said, that this is a very of India's formula. And I'm very sorry for the interruption. I think I am disconnected. Am I audible now? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm very
Yes,
sorry.
yes,
I
sir,
regret.
yes.
Yes, thank you,
Yes,
thank you
you
so
are
much.
audible.
So yeah, so last point that I want to say, that Manipur and other parts of Northeast India, they are very unique and odd in terms of some formula that is used for the economic development, to show the economic development. Usually when we link the literacy rate with the health or the mortality rate, Manipur play odd. Literacy rate is very low, then too mortality rate is very low, because these people usually considered as a non-vegetarian, those who prefer meat. But I tell you that in Manipur, people are more obsessed about the eating vegetables, and we documented that in a everyday intake from morning to evening, they consume some 35 different plant species, and that's more than the vegetarians actually. So in other part of country, the vegetarians also are not eating that much kind of vegetables, how much in Manipur people are consuming. So that all the information that today I speak about coming with because of the traditional knowledge practice that is also part of traditional ecological systems that have been being maintained by the communities of Northeast India and specifically Manipur. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to give information about this social or shared ecological civilization practices from the Manipur. And I'm hopeful that I stick on the time and complete it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Next, resource person, Professor Dr. Anita Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, SPS, Government PG College. So please join, ma'am. Can everyone hear my voice clearly? Okay. Hello. My voice clearly said.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. You're audible.
Okay. Next, distinguished guest, Professor Dr. Anita Sen, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, SPS, Government PG College, Piparia.
प्लीज नेक्स्ट सर, शायद ज्वाइन नहीं है ना, प्लीज नेक्स्ट.
Not available. Next, distinguished resource person, Professor Dr. Rajendra Kumar, Professor of Commerce, Rajdhani College, University of Delhi. Please join, sir. I again request the distinguished resource person, Professor Dr. Rajendra Kumar, Professor of Commerce, Rajdhani College, University of Delhi. हाँ सर. Okay. Thank you. Okay. In the second technical session, research scholars and student participant will be present their research paper. Each participant has been allotted 10 minutes to present their paper. Now, I would like to invite the first participant of the second technical session, Dr. Jajveer Singh, Associate Professor, Ayurveda, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Mahila Ayurveda College and Hospital, Bilaspur, District, Yamuna Nagar, Haryana.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Please continue, sir.
Okay, sir. Can I share my PPT?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Jajveer Singh. My presentation topic is integrating Ayurveda into the contemporary multidisciplinary scholarship and research trends and public dynamics and the future directions. And the first of all, the background of this study that Ayurveda more than of the clinical medicine and interference with of the education and pedagogy and management and entrepreneurship and humanities and cultural study and the social sciences and the public policy and growing of the recognition in the indexed academic platform. And the introduction of the study that of the growing of the emphasis on the interdisciplinary research and Ayurveda recognized of the behind of the clinical medicine and expanding role in the education, management, social sciences and humanities, and increase increased interest in the indigenous knowledge system and challenging in methodology, indexing and academic acceptance, and need for strategic multidisciplinary integration and a need for strategic multidisciplinary integration. That rationale of the study that of the dominance of the clinical focus by the Ayurvedic research and limited visibility in the social sciences, education and policy study, and need to analyze of the research trend and publication dynamics and the future academic directions, and the problem statement of the uneven multidisciplinary representation of the Ayurveda and challenges that of the methodological inconsistency and interdisciplinary collaboration gaps and index general acceptance barrier and epistemological biases, and need for the strategic academic positioning. And the aim and object of this study that aim to examine the integration of the Ayurveda into the contemporary multidisciplinary scholarship by analyzing the research trend, publication dynamics, and the future academic direction, and object that of analyze of the recent multidisciplinary Ayurveda research trend, and examine the publication challenging in index journal, and assess the interdisciplinary collaboration pattern, and identify the future pathway for academic visibility and impact. And the literature review that of the evolutionary phase that from 2014 to 17 that provide of the descriptive and classical documentation and limited international reach, and then 2018 to 20 that of the evidence-based shift and methodological alignment of the attempt, and then literature review for expansion phase that of the 2021 to 23 that of entry into the education policy and the social sciences and growing the interdisciplinary collaboration, and 2024 to 25 that of the focus on the sustainability and ethics and global collaborations. And the research methodology of this study that of the research is designed by the mixed method approach, integrating of the quantitative trend and qualitative insight, and enable of the comprehensive analysis of the research practice and the publication dynamics and the sample and the participant that of the 300 plus Ayurvedic related of the publication 2015 to 25 from the multidisciplinary journal, and 120 researcher involving in the Ayurveda base of the academic research, and 20 in deep interview with the senior and early career scholar across the discipline. And the data collection tool that of the structure questionnaire that of the publication of experience and the challenges, and semi-structure interview schedule that of the qualitative perspectives, and content analysis framework that including of the indexing of the status, citation pattern, and interdisciplinary, and the data collection procedure that data stored from the academic database, e-survey, and virtual interview, and publication selected based on the relevance, indexing, quality, and disciplinary diversity, and ethical compliances ensured of the that of the survey of the response, and of the publication trend analysis that provide of the study increase in the multidisciplinary Ayurveda research and shift from the discipline specific to the integrated framework, and growing the international academic engagement, and distribution across of the discipline that provide of the health and the clinical science that of the 37.3%, education and pedagogy 18.7%, business and management 14%, humanities and the cultural study that of the 12.7%, and the social sciences and the policy study that provide 17.3%, that of the non-colonial domains now contribute to the 63%, and the indexing status on the of publication that provide of the Scopus index that of the 65%, Web of Science index that of the 20.7%, and other peer review journal that of the 14.3%, that indicate of the improving of the academic records and the global visibility. And the key survey insight that of the 70% struggle with of the epistemologically alignment, 75% highlight of the importance of the interdisciplinary collaboration, and the 68% of the report the lack of the research methodology training, and 55% experience of the perceived of the peer review biases. And the major publication challenges that of the methodological standardization that of the 72% respondent, and the interdisciplinary integration 64%, journal acceptance barrier 68%, and limited research training 70%, and peer review biases at that of this 55%. And these are the interdisciplinary authorship trend that of the health sciences 58%, and social sciences 46%, education 42%, and business 38%, and humanities provided out of the 35%, and the collaboration is expanded behind of the medical domains. And the role of the multidisciplinary conference that of the knowledge exchange 84%, and academic networking 81%, and research collaboration 75%, and publication opportunity 69%, and policy relevance 62%. And these are the growth trend of multidisciplinary Ayurveda publication from 2015 to 25. And the conceptual framework that of the Ayurveda as a core knowledge system that of the traditional epistemologically modern research methodology, and interdisciplinary collaboration and policy, and sustainable integration and dynamic interference between the tradition and the modern science. And these are the conceptual framework of the integrated Ayurveda into the multidisciplinary that of the education, research, methodology, policy, and technology that provide of the Ayurvedic knowledge system, provide the publication, innovation, and sustainable development, and the global health. And these are the key result and outcome that of the interdisciplinary research, improve of the publication success, and education and policy oriented study gain of the higher recognition and methodological is critical for of the index journal and conference shape of the future research. And these are the discussion of study that of Ayurveda relevance is expanded behind of the health care and academic legitimacy and required of the theoretically clarity, methodologically transparency, and cross disciplinary engagement and balance the need between of the tradition and the scientific validation, and of the future scope that of the longitudinal impact of the study and global collaborative research and Ayurveda in the sustainability and the public policy and digital health and innovation research and the interdisciplinary research training model, and the recommendation of the study that established the interdisciplinary Ayurveda research center and strengthen the research methodology and writing training and encourage cross-domain collaboration and promote of the ethical and transparent research and develop supportive policy framework. And the conclusion of this study that of the Ayurveda hold strong potential in the multidisciplinary scholarship and progress evident in publication growth and collaboration and strategic research planning is essentially and integration and reach the global and inclusive and sustainable knowledge system. And these are the references used in my study. And thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
बोलिए। Next participant, Dr. Suresh Kumar, Law Technology and the Cyber Associate Professor, Law School of Law, MDN University, Palwal, Haryana. Please join. I would like to invite second participant of the second technical session, Dr. Suresh Kumar. Please. Next participant, Dr. Champawati Soren.
I am present here, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, continue, ma'am, please.
आदरणीय सत्राध्यक्ष महोदय, आयोजन समिति के सभी सदस्यगण एवं इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में ऑनलाइन एवं ऑफलाइन के माध्यम से उपस्थित तमाम प्रतिभागी गण को मेरी तरफ से जोहार एवं नमस्कार। मैं डॉक्टर चंपावती सोरेन, सहायक आचार्य, दर्शन शास्त्र विभाग, सिद्धो कान्हू मुर्मू विश्वविद्यालय, दुमका, झारखंड से हूँ। मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन का टॉपिक है मानव मूल्य एक विश्लेषणात्मक अध्ययन नीति शास्त्र के परिप्रेक्ष्य में। दर्शन शास्त्र के अंतर्गत नीति शास्त्र को प्रमुखता प्रदान की गई है, क्योंकि नीति शास्त्र दर्शन शास्त्र का प्रमुख अंग है। इस नीति शास्त्र के अंतर्गत अनेक प्रतियों का अध्ययन किया जाता है, उनमें मानव मूल्य प्रमुख है। मानव मूल्य वस्तुतः वह विचार अथवा सिद्धांत है जो मनुष्य के व्यवहार, निर्णय तथा आचरण को सही दिशा प्रदान करता है। इसे मार्गदर्शक, विश्वास तथा मानक के रूप में भी स्वीकार किया जाता है। यह मानव जीवन में सही निर्णय, दायित्व आदि को समझने में सहायता प्रदान करता है। नीति शास्त्र के दृष्टिकोण से यह मूल्य व्यक्तिगत तथा सामाजिक जीवन में सत्य, ईमानदारी, करुणा, न्याय एवं सम्मान जैसे गुणों के माध्यम से नैतिक रूप से सही कार्यों को सुनिश्चित करता है। वस्तुतः यह एक प्रकार का विश्लेषणात्मक अध्ययन है जो जीवन के अर्थ एवं सही गलत के बीच संतुलन बनाए रखने में सहायता प्रदान करता है। मानव मूल्यों को नीति शास्त्र के परिप्रेक्ष्य में प्रस्तुत करने के लिए निम्न पक्षों का विश्लेषण आवश्यक प्रतीत होता है, जिसमें पहला है मानव मूल्य का स्वरूपगत परिचय, दूसरा मानव मूल्य का उदाहरण, तीसरा मानव मूल्य का विकासात्मक महत्व और चौथा है नीति शास्त्र के परिप्रेक्ष्य में मानव मूल्यों का स्वरूपगत परिचय। इन्हीं पक्षों के विश्लेषण के क्रम में मानव मूल्य को स्पष्ट किया जा सकता है। मानव मूल्य का स्वरूपगत परिचय। मानव मूल्य वस्तुतः एक प्रकार का अध्ययन है जो जीवन में प्रयोग के तौर पर लागू करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है, जिसके द्वारा समाज को दिशा दिया जाता है एवं साथ ही साथ ये मानव के सांस्कृतिक, सामाजिक तथा व्यक्तिगत अनुभवों से प्रभावित होते हैं। मानव मूल्य का उदाहरण। मानव मूल्य के निम्नलिखित उदाहरण हैं सत्य, न्याय एवं दया। सत्य एक महत्वपूर्ण मानव मूल्य है जो मनुष्यों को उनके विचारों एवं कार्यों में ईमानदार रहने के लिए प्रेरित करता है। न्याय वस्तुतः मानव को एक दूसरे के साथ न्याय करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है। दया मुख्य रूप से दूसरों के प्रति करुणा एवं सहानुभूति में प्रेरक का काम करता है। मानव मूल्यों का विकासात्मक महत्व। मानव मूल्यों के विकासात्मक महत्व को सामाजिक, सांस्कृतिक और व्यक्तिगत अनुभवों से परखा जा सकता है। यह समाज, परिवार, शिक्षा आदि में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान करता है। नीति शास्त्र के परिप्रेक्ष्य में मानव मूल्यों का स्वरूपगत परिचय। नीति शास्त्र के परिप्रेक्ष्य में मानव मूल्यों को निम्नलिखित बिंदुओं के आधार पर स्पष्ट किया जा सकता है। मूल्यों का आधार एवं कार्य, दूसरा नीति शास्त्र एवं मूल्यों में संबंध, तीसरा सार्वभौमिकता, चौथा नैतिक द्वंद्व तथा समाधान, पांचवा व्यक्तित्व विकास एवं व्यावसायिक नैतिकता। मूल्यों का आधार एवं कार्य। मूल्यों के मूलभूत मानक हैं जो व्यक्तिगत आचरण और चरित्र का निर्माण करते हैं और इसके साथ ही साथ समाज में शांति एवं सुरक्षा स्थापित करने में सहायक होता है। नीति शास्त्र एवं मूल्यों में संबंध। जहां नीति शास्त्र बाह्य आचरण को नियंत्रित करता है, वहां मूल्य व्यक्ति के आंतरिक प्रेरणा बनता है। इस प्रकार नीति शास्त्र इन मूल्यों को एक व्यवस्थित तथा तार्किक ढांचा प्रदान करता है। तीसरा है सार्वभौमिकता। मानव मूल्य मूलतः सार्वभौमिक होते हैं जो जाति, धर्म और संस्कृति से ऊपर होता है। नैतिक द्वंद्व तथा समाधान। संघर्ष के स्थितियों में मानवीय मूल्य एक दिशा सूचक की तरह कार्य करता है जो सामूहिक कल्याण को प्राथमिक देने में सहायक होता है। व्यक्तित्व विकास एवं व्यावसायिक नैतिकता। मानव मूल्य चरित्र का निर्माण करता है जो पेशेवर जीवन में ईमानदारी, जिम्मेदारी और दक्षता के रूप में परिणत होते हैं। इस प्रकार निष्कर्षतः कहा जा सकता है कि मानव मूल्य सुदृढ़ आधार स्तंभ है जो व्यक्तिगत आचरणों को नैतिक ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाते हैं और एक आदर्श समाज के निर्माण में एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाते हैं। इसी को कहते हुए मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देती हूँ। धन्यवाद। जोहार।
Thank you, ma'am. Next participant, Gauri Shankar and Dr. Rajendra Rajput.
Sir, yes, sir.
Major challenges faced by teacher, educator and the trainee teacher in the effective implementation of the e-learning in Teacher Education Institute. आप हैं रिसर्च स्कॉलर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ टीचर एजुकेशन राजा प्रताप सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी अलीगढ़ उत्तर प्रदेश and Associate Professor Department of Teacher Education SB College Aligarh Uttar Pradesh. Please continue, sir.
सर आप अनम्यूट कीजिए।
Sir, please unmute.
As my topic, good afternoon to all. As my topic is major challenges faced by teacher, educator and trainee teachers in the effective implementation of e-learning in teacher education institutions. Introduction. E-learning has emerged as the powerful tool in the contemporary educational landscape's transformation. The teaching learning process and playing a crucial role in teacher education institutions for the preparation future teachers. Teacher integration of the e-learning in the teacher education help develops digital competencies, promotes the learner-centered approach and equips perceptive teacher with the skill required for the technology inbuilt the classroom. E-learning afford several benefits such as the flexibilities of the time and place, access to the diverse digital resources and the support for the innovative practice like the blending learning and flipped classroom and the online assessments. Need and importance of the studies. The rapid growth of the e-learning has made it an essential component of the teacher education, highlighting a need for teacher education institutions to prepare future teachers for the technology integrated classroom. Despite the increased adopting of digital learning platform, many colleges continue to face the infrastructural, technological and pedagogical problems that limit the effective implementation of e-learning. There is a lack of the systematic and comprehensive researches focusing on the combining challenges faced by both teachers, educators, and trainee teachers, particularly addressing the institutional, human, and pedagogical factors. Objectives of the studies: to identify the major challenges faced by the teachers, educators in the effective implementation of e-learning in teacher educational institutions, to examine the challenges experiments by the trainee teachers while using e-learning platform in teacher education programs, to analyze the infrastructural and technological barriers affecting the implementation of e-learning in teacher education institutions, to study the level of the digital competency and training need to the teachers, educators, and trainee teachers for effective e-learning practice. Major challenges faced by the teacher, educators, and trainee teachers. First one, infrastructural challenges. One of the primary challenges in implementation e-learning in teacher educational institutions is the lack of adequate infrastructure, poor internet connectivities, especially in the rural and semi-urban areas. This spurs online classes and the hinders access to the learning resources. Second, technological competency and training issues. Teacher, educator, and trainee teachers often lack sufficient training to use e-learning tools effectively. While some educators are familiar with basic computer operations, many struggle with the creating digital content, mapping online classroom, and integration interaction tools. Third, pedagogical challenges. Transitioning to the online and blending learning required educators to adopt new technical strategies. Many relate to the traditional lecturer-based methods, which is the less effective in virtual environment. Maintaining student engagement in the challenge due to the limited real-time interaction and absent for non-verbal cues. Fourth, attitudinal and psychological challenge. Resistance to change the common among the teacher educators accustomed to the traditional methods. Fear the technology and anxieties about the technical failures. Discourse activities participant in e-learnings. Fifth one is assessment for the evaluation challenges. Assessing a student performing online poses significant challenges. Traditional assessment methods often fail to the evaluation practical teaching skill effectively. Academically, interactivity and plagiarism and authenticity of the substation of concerns. Sixth one is technical support and administrative issues. Many colleges lack the sufficient technical staffs and assist with the troubleshooting, platform management, and the maintenance delay in the support discourse containing use of the digital tools. Seven, socio-economic and accessibility issues. Socio-economic disparity affect the access e-learning resources. Training teachers from lower income background may lack devices, stable internet or connectivity learning process. Conclusion. The study concludes that the effective e-learning implementing in teacher education institutions required a strong infrastructure, digital competency, continuous training, and the institutional support. Addressing technical, pedagogical, and socio-economical challenges through systematical planning and policy inverting can enhance the quality, inclusiveness, and the sustainability of the teacher education in the digital era. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Palselwan K, Research Scholar, Geography, Presidency College, Chennai. Your topic is a case study of economics and the health condition of the Saltapan workers in the coastal village of the Thuthukudi district, Tamil Nadu. Please join sir. Not available. Next, Sandeep Kulkaran. Next, Mr. Sandeep. Next, Sandeep, climate change. Your topic is climate change, environment, and the social responsibility. Are you available? Next, Sanchita Sikaria. Next, Professor G. Mary Sunanda. नेक्स्ट डॉक्टर राहुल, आप अवेलेबल हैं? डॉक्टर राहुल। मिस्टर अमित कुमार। Can everyone hear my voice clearly? Mr. Amit Kumar, Mr. Amit A. Sahu, Mrs. Rasmi Gupta,
Sir, myself Amit Sahu, I am present.
Okay, Amit sir. Please continue.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Yes.
My research topic is Adani Enterprise Limited CSR expenditure versus Hasdewaran deforestation, a greenwashing perspective. Actually, sir, basis of my topic is that government gives permission in Kanta Parsa East Kanta Basin to excavate the coal block of the Cobra district, Chhattisgarh, and companies are expending so much amount under the head CSR expenditure, and companies claims that they are planting trees, and because of that they compensate the carbon emission because of excavation of coal. And the main objective of my topic is to find out that whether companies are performing any greenwashing activities. Basically, sir, greenwashing activity is the misleading practice where company falsely claim environmental friendly approach, but actually they don't have such kind of environment friendly approach. I do this research from the data of CSR report of the Adani and the CSR report published by the government and their joint venture with the Rajasthan Rajya Vidyut Utpadan Nigam Limited. And in my research, I collected data from the Forest Department of Chhattisgarh, which gives the detailed analysis of the tree cutting, and I compare the data of tree cutting and the CSR expenditure made by government. Total tree cutting estimated is 2,73,757 trees, and carbon emission values, carbon emission emitted by the company costing 1 crore 36 lakh 717 crore rupees. Then, sir, I made a study that oxygen loss due to tree cutting and carbon absorption loss due to tree cutting and pollution due to coal excavation. And then finally, I convert the data in the monetary terms, converting the amount by multiplying the tree cutting cost, oxygen emission cost, and carbon absorption loss. And after that, I found, I arrive at the conclusion that there is net environmental loss of 1 crore 36 lakh 652 lakh crore rupees, which indicates that companies are claiming that they are excavating coal, and after excavation of coal they are planting trees, but after planting trees they are not performing their task of CSR properly, because their CSR expenditure are only 84 crore rupees, while the carbon emission loss is around 1,36,000 crore rupees. There is there is huge gap between the CSR practices, CSR expenditure, and the carbon emission loss performed by the company. So I arrived at the conclusion that Adani Limited CSR contribution do not compensate loss due to environmental degradation. They are claiming that they are planting trees, but actually there is degradation of high level in Kanta Basin, and government need to regulate them, and government have to genuinely follow the CSR fund expenditure, and they are claiming that they planting the trees, but they are only sapling, they don't survive in that atmosphere. So their claims are false. It is found in this study, and hence this research open the deeper investigation into corporate greenwashing and its environmental consequences. And future studies should be focused on other companies and sectors. And sir, my contribution in this research is that there are so many research papers which I have studied. In that all research paper, the main focus is on greenwashing. But in my research paper, I converted the data in monetary terms, and after that, I gap is so large. Their expenditure is only 84 crore, but the carbon emission loss amounts 1,36,000 crore. And hence so many companies, Adani is one of them, but there are so many companies performing such greenwashing practices which are not according to sustainable development goal of the government. Here I conclude my this research paper. Thank
Thank you, Mr. Amit. Next,
Thank you.
I would like to invite Dr. Ritika, Assistant Professor of the Computer Science, Adarsh Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Bhiwani, Haryana. Notable. Dr. Gulsher Ahmed, सहायक प्राध्यापक और शासकीय ठाकुर रनमत सिंह महाविद्यालय रीवा मध्य प्रदेश। आपका टॉपिक है विकसित भारत 2047 @ की संभावनाएं एवं चुनौतियां।
जस्ट मिनट सर, है ना, मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर लूं।
वेलकम सर। प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर।
सर एक मिनट, मैं अपनी स्क्रीन का वो लेक्चर निकाल लो। एक मिनट सर। चलिए, लगता है सर हो नहीं पा रहा है ना। मैं एक मिनट अपना वो निकाल लूं, पीपीटी सर निकाल लूं, एक मिनट।
ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम सर।
पीपीटी शेयर हो जाती तो बेटर था।
जी जी
सर, टाइमिंग क्या रहेगी?
यस, 10 मिनट।
10 मिनट। तो चले हम शुरू करते हैं। मेरा टॉपिक है विकसित भारत 2047 की संभावना एवं चुनौतियां। ये टॉपिक लेने का मकसद ये था कि वर्तमान में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री द्वारा ये कहा गया कि हम भारत को विकसित कैसे बनाएं, इसके लिए क्या हमारा टारगेट फिक्स हो। तो उन्होंने ये फिक्स कर दिया कि शताब्दी का 100 वर्ष हो जाएगा तो हम इंडिया को विकसित भारत की ओर ले जाएंगे, अर्थात हमारा देश विकसित भारत बन जाएगा। इसके लिए हमारी कुछ यात्राएं रही, उसके बारे में शॉर्ट में बताना चाहूंगा। 1947 से लेकर 1990 तक की यात्रा में हमारा देश का संविधान लागू हो गया, लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था लागू हुई, सार्वजनिक क्षेत्र में पंचवर्षीय योजनाएं आई, हरित क्रांति आई, जिससे हम खाद्यान्न में आत्मनिर्भर बन सके। फिर 1991 से लेकर 2000 तक में उदारीकरण आया, जिसमें हमारा वैश्विक व्यापार बढ़ा और हम नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी आईटी सेक्टर में बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर काम कर सके। इसके बाद का हम टर्न लेते हैं 2010 से 2024 तक, तब हमारा देश आत्मनिर्भर भारत डिजिटल इंडिया की ओर आगे बढ़ा और बड़े पैमाने पर आगे बढ़ रहा है। फिर हमारा आता है 2025 से 2047, ये हमारा आगे का गोल है। मतलब हम क्या करेंगे, अर्थात हम 1947 तक 10 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमिक्स बनेंगे, हरित ऊर्जा में विकास करेंगे और बहुत सारी चीजें, समावेशी विकास, तकनीकी कौशल पर हम अत्यधिक जोर देंगे। भारत की वर्तमान में स्थिति क्या है, थोड़ा सा इस पर हम चर्चा कर ले कि भारत वर्तमान में पीपीपी मॉडल पर, अर्थात क्रय शक्ति क्षमता के आधार पर विश्व में तीसरा स्थान रखता है। अभी हम सितंबर अक्टूबर में जापान को पीछे छोड़कर विश्व की तीसरी अर्थव्यवस्था के रूप में उभर आए हैं। हमारी वर्तमान में हालांकि प्रति व्यक्ति आय कम है, फिर भी हमारी जो ग्रोथ रेट है 6.3 के करीब है, जो वर्ल्ड में काफी अच्छी स्थिति को प्रदर्शित करता है। हमारा देश डिजिटल इंडिया की ओर बढ़ रहा है, लगातार हमारे देश में डिजिटल इंडिया, कौशल विकास और विनिर्माण के क्षेत्र में काफी प्रगति कर रहा है। हम अभी वर्तमान में करीब 17 करोड़ लोगों को 2012 से लेकर 2024 तक में 17 करोड़ लोगों को गरीबी से निकाले। इसलिए हम मान सकते हैं कि हमारा देश विकसित भारत की ओर 2047 में नो डाउट पहुंच जाएगा, इसमें कोई हमें वो नहीं है। विकसित हालांकि थोड़ा सा बोलने में वो हो रहा है क्योंकि पीपीटी नहीं शेयर हो पा रहा है, तो डाटा अच्छे से हम आपको दिखा नहीं पा रहे हैं। जो हमारी विकसित भारत के लिए रणनीति है उस पर मैं थोड़ा सा चर्चा करना चाह रहा हूं। जो हमारी जीडीपी है 7.7 से लेकर 9 के करीब रहेगी वार्षिक वृद्धि दर, तभी हम उच्च आर्थिक विकास को सुनिश्चित कर पाएंगे। पीएलआई योजनाएं में हम उत्पादन से जुड़ी अनेक योजनाओं को शामिल करा, जिससे हम मजबूत और रोजगार सृजन कर भारत को विकसित भारत की ओर ले जा सकेंगे। अगला है डिजिटल समावेशन। वर्तमान में भारत एक आईटी के रूप में उभरता हुआ देश, आज विश्व पटल पर हमारे देश का आईटी सेक्टर में बड़े पैमाने पर नाम चल रहा है। अब आती है सामाजिक समावेशन एवं गुणवत्तापूर्ण जीवन। जैसा कि मैंने पहले बताया आपको कि सामाजिक सुरक्षा योजनाओं विस्तार का प्रत्यक्ष और अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से काफी विकास हो रहा है, गरीबी का उन्मूलन हो रहा है, गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य सेवा का विस्तार हो रहा है, पर्यावरण स्थिरता, हरित भारत का लक्ष्य, ये सब चीजें हमारे विकास को काफी आगे बढ़ा रही हैं। हरित ऊर्जा पर भारत का भविष्य। मैं जिस प्लेस से आया हूं, मैं रीवा का हूं। 2017 में हमारे यहाँ एक बहुत बड़ा सोलर प्लांट स्थापित करा गया, जो एशिया का प्रथम प्लांट है, जिसमें हम सौर ऊर्जा पर काफी प्रगति कर रहे हैं और आने वाले समय में भारत के लिए एक मील का पत्थर साबित होगा। हालांकि विकसित भारत के लिए कुछ चुनौतियां हैं, उसके बारे में मैं बताना चाहता हूं। मध्यम आय वर्ग की आय कम है, आय असमानता काफी बढ़ रही है, रोजगार सृजन में थोड़ी सी कमी आ रही है। फिर भी हमारा मानना है कि हम तकनीकी और कृषि के रूप में जिस गति से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, तो हमारा देश काफी आगे बढ़ेगा। और विकसित भारत का जो संकल्प है वह एक अवसर और संसाधन, समावेशी विकास, सामूहिक भागीदारी। इसके लिए हम इतना कहेंगे कि आइए मिलकर हम भारत के विकास का सपना साकार करें और विकसित भारत का सपना आगे ले जाए। धन्यवाद, इतने कहना था मेरे को। बाकी पीपीटी मैंने शेयर कर दिया है बड़े पैमाने पर, उसको यदि चाहे तो देखा जा सकता है, क्योंकि इसमें शेयर नहीं हो पा रही, थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल इशू आ रहा है। थैंक यू सर, जय हिंद।
जी हेलो। जी सर। डॉक्टर गुलशन से सर,
जी
गुलशन
सर, बोलिए।
ठाकुर सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर।
नहीं सर, क्योंकि पीपीटी शेयर
ओके
पीपीटी शेयर नहीं हो पा रहा, तो वो कंक्लूजन करने में थोड़ा सा मोबाइल में दिख नहीं रहा साफ,
ओके
इसलिए।
सर।
नहीं हो पा रहा। मैं सर ग्रुप में पीपीटी शेयर कर दे रहा हूँ।
ओके सर। पीपीटी से
सर आप चाहे तो दूसरे को बुला सकते हैं सर। ग्रुप में पीपीटी नहीं जाएगी, क्योंकि वो एडमिन के लिए है।
कोई नहीं सर, कंक्लूजन कर।
एक्चुअल में सर जो ग्रुप है उसमें
Yes,
ओनली
sir.
के लिए है, नहीं हो पाएगा। आप दूसरे कैंडिडेट से करा लीजिए सर, है ना। सॉरी सर, है ना। हालांकि मैंने ब्रिजेश सर को सेंड कर दिया था पीपीटी मेल पे।
सर समय का तकाजा है, प्लीज अपने टॉपिक को का कंक्लूजन करें। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है सर।
सॉरी सर, मैं काफी टाइम ले लिया आप लोगों का, है ना। और एक्चुअल में क्या है सर, यदि मैं मोबाइल में वर्ड बड़ा कर तो आधा हो जाता है, और लैपटॉप में मैंने चालू कर लिया है। अब मेरे जब तक आप दूसरे से सर, यदि होगा तो मैं परमिशन मांग लूंगा आपसे, है ना।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट मिसेज रश्मि गुप्ता, हेल्थ सोसाइटी एंड पब्लिक हेल्थ चैलेंजेस आपकी टॉपिक है। आपने एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर वुमेन साइंस डिपार्टमेंट PMCOT गवर्नमेंट विवेकानंद PG कॉलेज मैहर MP।
Hello, may I audible, sir?
Okay, yes.
Thank you so much, sir. My name is Mrs. Rashmi Gupta, and I'm assistant professor from PhD College of Excellence, Vivekanand, PG College, Mayhar. And सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन, स्वागत है। और मेरा टॉपिक है Health, Society and Public Health Challenges in the context of emerging trends in education, business, humanities and social sciences. If we talk about health, so what is health? The interaction between health, society, and public health are increasingly complex in a world shaped by rapid development in education, business, humanities, and social sciences. My research paper examined how emerging trends across these domains influence public health outcomes and societal well-being. It investigates key challenges including health disparities, digital transformation, socioeconomic inequality, mental health burdens, and ethical implications of data-driven decision making. Drawing upon multidisciplinary literature, the study reveals that societal norms, access to education, business practices, and humanities perspectives significantly shape public health policies and community resilience. Finding integrate that integrating approaches incorporating critical thinking from the humanities, evidence-based practices from social sciences, and innovative solutions from business and education are essential for addressing contemporary public health challenges. Public health challenges today are deeply embedded with societal structures that extended beyond the health sector. Rapid globalization, digital innovation, economic inequalities, and cultural dynamics have amplified the complexity of health outcomes worldwide. The traditional view of public health focused largely on clinical interventions and disease prevention must now integrate insight from education, business, humanities, and social sciences to effectively address evolving societal needs. Health and society. What is health and society relation? The social determinants of health framework posits that health outcomes are influenced by cultural, economic, environmental, and political factors. Social scientists assert that factors such as income inequality, gender discrimination, and educational attainment significantly predict population health matrices. Meanwhile, humanities scholars emphasize the role of narrative ethics and cultural interpretation in understanding health experience. Now we talk emerging trends in education and health literacy. Education shapes health knowledge, behavior, and access to opportunities. Higher educational attainment is consistently associated with improved health outcomes. However, disparities in educational qualities and access have perpetuated health inequities, particularly among marginalized populations. Digital learning platform and lifelong learning initiative present opportunity to enhance health literacy, but also risk exacerbating divided if access remain uneven. Now, business practices and public health, how it can relate. Contemporary contemporary business trends, including corporate social responsibilities, workplace wellness programs, and ethical supply chain, impact population health. Business can promote health by ensuring fair wages, safe working conditions, and environmentally sustainable practices. Conversely, profit-driven models without ethical consideration can contribute to unhealthy lifestyle and environmental degradation. Now, humanities, ethics, and cultural context, we talk about health. Humanities provided critical tools for interpreting health experiences and ethical dilemmas. Literature, philosophy, and history reveal deep layer of meaning in health behavior and policies choices. Ethical framework is originating in humanities scholarship is- are vital for addressing issues such as medical consent, data use in health technologies, and cultural competence in care delivery. Okay, so now I talk about the conclusion that my research paper underscored that health, society, and public health challenges cannot be disintegrated from educational inequalities, business practices, and cultural narratives. Emerging trends across disciplines shape health outcomes through mechanism of access, knowledge, ethics, and technologies. Addressing contemporary public health challenges demands integrated inequity focused strategies that draw on the strength of education, business, ethics, humanities insight, and social science methodology. By fostering cross-sector collaboration and privatizing inclusive policies, societies can move towards more resilient and healthier futures. Thank you all. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Next participant. Okay. I would like to invite Ankit Kumar Verma, research scholar, geography, uh, University of Lucknow. Your topic is emerging trends and the challenges in education, business, humanities, and social science. Please continue, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Ankit Kumar Barna. I am research scholar at University of Lucknow, Department of Geography. Today I am going to present my paper Agriculture Diversification and its Impact on Sustainable Rural Development. Introduction. Agriculture is backbone of Indian economy. एक सर्वे के मुताबिक सेकेंड एडिशन ऑफ ऑल इंडियन रूरल इंक्लूजन सर्वे 2021-22 NABARD of rural households, 57% population still depends on agriculture. In India, monocropping problem in agriculture is very difficult. एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन की आवश्यकता क्यों है, हम इस पर अध्ययन क्यों करें। CAFS की रिपोर्ट के अनुसार क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से प्रोडक्शन में 32 to 39% की वेरिएबिलिटी हो सकती है और 2050 तक हमें फूड डिमांड में 60% की इंक्रीज होने की संभावना है। और क्लाइमेट चेंज से अगर 1 डिग्री टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाता है तो इससे प्रोडक्शन में 5% की कमी हो जाती है। कॉन्सेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, मोनोक्रॉपिंग सिस्टम को हटाकर अन्य एलाइड एक्टिविटी को अपनाना। एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन का मुख्य उद्देश्य है। नीड ऑफ डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, क्रॉपिंग पैटर्न में सुधार एवं विविधता लाना। नंबर 2, रूरल लेबर को ट्रेडिशनल फार्मिंग से एलाइड एक्टिविटी की ओर जोड़ना ताकि जॉब हाई वैल्यू क्रॉप की ओर बढ़ना ताकि इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ हो सके। फूड सिक्योरिटी, न्यूट्रिएंट सिक्योरिटी को मजबूत करना। एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन फॉर्म, agriculture diversity, there are two types of agriculture diversification. Horizontal, यदि हम एक ही लैंड पर डिफरेंट क्रॉप उगाते हैं तो हॉरिजॉन्टल डाइवर्सिफिकेशन होता है। वर्टिकल डाइवर्सिफिकेशन मींस जब हम विभिन्न अलाइड एक्टिविटीज को उसमें इंक्लूड करते हैं, लाइक हॉर्टिकल्चर, पोल्ट्री फार्मिंग एंड अदर थिंग्स। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट विकास का पैराडाइम है जो प्रेजेंट जनरेशन के डेवलपमेंट को फ्यूचर जनरेशन, प्रेजेंट का डेवलपमेंट तो करे बट फ्यूचर के विकास में कोई बाधा ना डाले। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल जो एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड होते हैं, गोल नंबर 1, नो पुअर्टी, जीरो हंगर, क्लीन वाटर सैनिटेशन एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबल कंजम्पशन एंड प्रोडक्शन, क्लाइमेट एक्शन, लाइफ ऑन लैंड। एग्रीकल्चर में सुधार कर हम इन गोल को हासिल कर सकते हैं। एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन एंड रूरल इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, पीके जोशी और गुलाटी ने जो इस रिसर्च को किया, दिस रिसर्च सोच जब फार्मिंग ट्रेडिशनल फार्मिंग से हाई वैल्यू क्रॉप, फ्रूट, डेयरी, पोल्ट्री में शिफ्ट करते हैं तो रूरल एरियाज में जॉब क्रिएशन होता है, रूरल पुअर्टी में कमी आती है, लिविंगहुड सिक्योरिटी बढ़ती है और सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट को अचीव करने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाता है। डेटाबेस, यह रिसर्च मुख्य रूप से सेकेंडरी डेटाबेस पे आधारित है, जिसे गवर्नमेंट रिपोर्ट में एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट, इंडियन मेट्रोलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट के डेटा, ICAR के डेटा, सेंसस, मेथोडोलॉजी डाइवर्सिफिकेशन इंडेक्स जिसमें सिंपसन इंडेक्स मूलतः यूज किया गया है, एंड एग्रीकल्चर सस्टेनेबिलिटी इंडेक्स। एग्रीकल्चर सस्टेनेबिलिटी वह टूल है जिसका उपयोग कृषि पद्धति में इन्वायरमेंट, इकोनॉमिक, सोशल पहलुओं को मापने और आकलन में किया जाता है। कंक्लूजन, एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन से हमको क्या कंक्लूजन मिलता है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में? नंबर 1, इकोनॉमिक सस्टेनेबिलिटी आती है। एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन से इकोनॉमिक सस्टेनेबिलिटी को प्राप्त किया जा सकता है, जिससे इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, एग्रीकल्चर में जॉब क्रिएशन होता है। एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन फार्मर के इनकम और लिवलीहुड को इम्प्रूव करता है, इन्वायरमेंट के प्रोटेक्शन और सॉयल हेल्थ में भी सुधार होता है। मिक्स क्रॉपिंग फार्मिंग प्रैक्टिस लोगों के क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ में सुधार कर ओवरऑल सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट को सपोर्ट करता है। क्लाइमेट चेंज को रोकता है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट का भी जनरेशन करता है और महत्वपूर्ण बात यह फूड और न्यूट्रिएंट सिक्योरिटी को बढ़ाता है। भारत में फोर्टिफाइड राइस जो कि न्यूट्रिएंट सिक्योरिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए सरकार द्वारा वितरित किया जा रहा है। क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन के प्रयोग से उस न्यूट्रिएंट सिक्योरिटी को पूरा किया जा सकता है। सम सजेशंस, एग्रीकल्चर में फसल पैटर्न में बदलाव करना, मिलेट्स और हॉर्टिकल्चर को बढ़ावा देना, एलाइड सेक्टर पर और ध्यान देना ताकि पोल्ट्री, हॉर्टिकल्चर, फिशरीज, इन सब पर और अधिक गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर होना चाहिए। कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन भी किया जा सकता है, जैसे फसल बेचने के बजाय उसको प्रोसेसिंग किया जाए। प्रोसेसिंग करने से उसमें मुनाफा अधिक हो सकता है। एग्रो फॉरेस्ट्री, कृषि में फसलों के साथ साथ पेड़ों को भी लगाना। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के कुछ उपाय हैं, जैसे प्राकृतिक खेती करना, जल संरक्षण, सौर ऊर्जा। कुछ क्रियान्वित रणनीतियां, जैसे सहकारी समितियों को बनाना, ताकि किसान अपने फसल को बड़े बाजार में बेच सकें, क्योंकि किसानों के पास भारत में मैक्सिमम छोटे किसान है, तो उनका फसल एक बड़े मार्केट में नहीं जा सकता, क्योंकि फसल इतनी कम होती है कि उसको बड़े मार्केट में नहीं बेचा जा सकता। सहकारी समितियों से अपने फसल को एक अच्छे मार्केट में बेच सकते हैं। सिक्किम सिक्किम भारत का एक केस स्टडी के रूप में देखें तो सिक्किम की 100% ऑर्गेनिक एग्रीकल्चर स्टेट बन चुका है, जो 2016 में घोषित किया गया। सिक्किम ऑर्गेनिक मिशन द्वारा समर्थित इस परिवर्तन किसानों की आय में वृद्धि हुई है, मिट्टी में स्वास्थ्य सुधार हुआ है और जैविक विविधता को बढ़ावा मिला है। यहाँ पे प्रमुख जो सुधार हुए हैं, उच्च मूल्य वाली फसलों एवं बागवानी में, पर्यावरण स्थिरता में, आर्थिक विकास, जलवायु परिवर्तन के प्रति लचीलापन आया है। थैंक यू सर।
सर आपका माइक बंद है, प्लीज अनम्यूट।
अंकित कुमार वर्मा सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
सर कंक्लूड कर दिया है सर।
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ved Prakash, Associate Professor, Geography Department of Geography, KD College, Simbholi District, Hapur. Are you available, sir? Available, sir? Dr. Ved Prakash, sir. Next participant, next, Dr. Rahul. Next, Dr. Rahul. Next participant, Professor G. Mary Sunanda. Notable. Mrs. Sanjita Sikaria. Mr. Amit Kumar, Research Scholar Education, Bhava University, Bhopal. शायद 1 से 15 तक जो भी पार्टिसिपेंट थे वो अभी मौजूद नहीं है, उसमें 2-3 रह गए हैं। नेक्स्ट जो अगले जो 1 से 15 सीरियल नंबर 1 से 15 के बाद के जो पार्टिसिपेंट होंगे वो कल नियत समय 12 बजे ज्वाइन करेंगे। आज का यह कार्यक्रम अब अंतिम पड़ाव पे है। मैं वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के लिए आगे बढ़ रहा हूं। आई नाउ रिक्वेस्ट प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर सुशील कुमार राय, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, मधेपुर टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज and convener of conference, please come. I request Dr. Sushil Kumar Roy, Assistant Professor, Madhepur Teachers Training College and convener of the conference, please come. Vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to all. Namaskar. Thank you so much, Dr. Melissa Ipasto, teacher and international speaker, ITI Medical, and Cremo Italy Advisory Board member, SSMWA. Second is Professor Rania Lenbu, Greek Ministry of Education and Religion Affairs, Director of Educational Technology and Innovation, Greece, Advisory Board member, SSMWA. And next, Professor G. Mary Sunanda, HOD and Dean, Faculty of Education, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad, Telangana, Advisory Board member, SSMWA. Next, Dr. Vivek Kumar Vaishnav, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Forest, Manipur Central University, Manipur, India. And other. Thank you very much for putting your ideas before all of us, as well as exchanges ideas to the national and international level, and thought your logical intelligence, your present better suggestion and improvement ideas of technical to all of us. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमारे राष्ट्रीय एवं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर मौजूद सभी विद्वानों का मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। मधेपुर टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज के मैनेजमेंट मेंबर, अध्यक्ष श्री सत्यनारायण अग्रवाल सर का मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। चेयरमैन ऑफ मधेपुर टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज एंड प्रिंसिपल अलीकरा टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज का प्राचार्य डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर समीम अहमद साहब का मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। डॉक्टर सैफुल्लाह खान सर, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ कॉन्फ्रेंस, जिन्होंने अपने बहुत ही बेहतर अंदाज में यहाँ आकर के अपना विचार प्रस्तुत किए। साथ ही अनेक प्रकार की जो कार्यक्रम है उसमें आपकी सहभागिता बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण होती है। मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा डायरेक्टर श्री ब्रजेश कुमार जी का, SSMWA के डायरेक्टर श्रीमान ब्रजेश जी का। साथ ही मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा ललित नारायण मिथिला विश्वविद्यालय के वर्तमान वाइस चांसलर श्री संजय कुमार चौधरी जी का, रजिस्ट्रार डॉक्टर दिव्या रानी जी का, साथ ही बहुत ही बेहतरीन अंदाज में अपने आप को इस कार्यक्रम में प्रस्तुत कर रहे ललित नारायण मिथिला विश्वविद्यालय के डीन एजुकेशन डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर शशि भूषण राय सर का। साथ ही मैं यहाँ उपस्थित सभी शिक्षकों, सभी शिक्षकेतर कर्मचारियों एवं तकनीकी रूप में अपना योगदान दे रहे सभी तकनीकी सहयोगियों का एवं यहाँ पर उपमंच पर विराजमान सभी छात्राध्यापकों का मैं बहुत ही धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। आप सबकी यहाँ उपस्थिति ने आज के इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाया। मैं बहुत ही धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा आज के इस कार्यक्रम में जो कॉन्फ्रेंस के सेक्रेटरी भी हैं डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर विमलेश कुमार सिंह का, जो एक बंधे हुए समय में इस कार्यक्रम को अपने स्तर तक पहुंचाए और बहुत ही बेहतरीन अंदाज में इस कार्यक्रम का आरंभ और अंत के कगार पर हम लोग पहुंच गए हैं। और यहाँ तक पहुंचाने के लिए मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा श्री विमलेश कुमार सिंह का। इन सभी चंद शब्दों के साथ मैं यहाँ पर उपस्थित ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन मोड में सभी विद्वानों का, सभी शोधार्थियों का, तकनीकी रूप से सहयोग कर रहे सभी तकनीकी सहयोगियों का, शिक्षकेतर और गैर शिक्षकेतर कर्मचारियों का जो अपना यहाँ योगदान दिए हैं, उन सभी का मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Today's session was highly informative and wonderful. We request all participants to rejoin tomorrow at 12 p.m. आज का प्रथम दिवस का अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी का आज समापन किया जाता है। पुनः हम सभी कल 12 बजे दिन में ज्वाइन करेंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच ऑल ऑफ यू। थैंक यू। जय हिंद, जय भारत।